This is a review for the NV8300 digital night vision goggles. You can find them on Temu for about $280. I've seen it as low as $220. This is what the unit looks like. Pretty basic functionality: power button, zoom in, zoom out mode, a shot button for recording, and of course the menu button. It does weigh about a pound, maybe 18 ounces. Pretty comfortable for the most part. Obviously at $280 price point, its housing is made of plastic. It came with everything you saw on the previous screen. It also does helmet mount. The helmet mount is made of plastic. Probably not going to last through some real heavy usage or abuse. However, it did fit on my hard-headed veteran's ballistic helmet, and I have tested the unit attached to the mount, and it does work properly. So we did some testing late at night, 11:26 p.m. on January 12th, 2024, although that says 2029, 36-degree ambient temperature. This is what the testing looked like. There is cloud cover, no ambient moonlight. There is some lights in the background. That is over 500 yards away. There is a lake pond behind my house. They are putting a subdivision, unfortunately, up behind my house, but that is what it looks like. And then when we turn the IR light on, we start seeing obviously some vegetation, the back fence there for a moment, as well as the tree line. That tree line is about 200 yards away. Those trees are anywhere between 25 and 30 feet high. Just going through the various levels of IR on the unit, I believe it has 7 levels from 0 to 7. Each level is a little bit higher than the last. I did notice the difference between level 1 and level 2 pretty significant, and then every succeeding level beyond that, it became brighter and brighter. Now what I do want to say is these are digital night vision. You do have to have quite a bit of ambient light or an IR sensor to pick up anything if you're in darkness. I would also say that the backwash, or I don't know what the correct term is, but blowback from the IR sensor bouncing off a wall, if it's anywhere inside of a room, it takes a few seconds for the sensor and the camera to adjust to that. So if you're trying to do indoors stuff, I would be very careful with turning the sensor above 1 or 2 on the IR sensor. The other thing that I did notice about the unit is the field of view, while at distance is very good, close up is a little bit limited. I have not tested shooting with this unit yet. I do intend to do that in the future. It's probably going to be okay. Again, these aren't PVS 14s, but at the 220 to 280 price point, I feel like it's pretty fair. If you just want to have some night vision goggles to mess around with, it's probably going to do you fine. If you want to mess around with airsoft or anything like that, probably okay too. Again, they aren't PVS 14s, but they're also not $4,500. 8 times zoom functionality, which isn't bad. Obviously, you're going to get some pixelation. It does photos in up to 4K. It does video in 4K. It records to an SD card, supports up to 32 gigabytes. Again, for the $280 price point, I think it's more than fair.